In this video, we'll take a closer and a more detailed look at creating content for the How to Login topic using the rules of technical writing, grammar, and style. This was asked of you in your assignment in the previous video, so how did you do? Was it easy or difficult? Don't worry if your assignment doesn't look similar to ours, but do take notice of the errors that you may have made. If you have got the statements numbered sequentially as it has been done in our topic or even came close to it, pat yourself on your back. Congratulations, you have come a long way. Also, don't worry about formatting, that is the font size, etc. We'll be covering that very soon. You might have noticed in the TOC that the topic under discussion is titled How to Sign In, when all along we have been talking about the How to Login topic. Why was sign in used in the place of login? This is where the style guide comes into play. So early on in your technical writing career, keep the style guide, in our case, the Microsoft Writing Style Guide, open in another window as you go about your work. The obvious question, when or how often do you consult the style guide, arises, and the answer, whenever you are in doubt about the usage of a particular word or whenever you feel something is ambiguous, as it is in this case, with the word login, consult the style guide. You can also consult the style guide for usage of words, phrases, program interface objects, and grammar. And according to the Microsoft Style Guide, the single word login is not to be used. The Style Guide also mentions using sign in as the most appropriate to sign into an application on the internet. In fact, the Rediffmail webpage itself uses the words sign in. Therefore, the correct title of this topic must be How to Sign In. It is the same with the sign-in web pages of MS Outlook, Yahoo Mail, and Gmail.
Now, at this early stage, don't worry if you find yourself consulting the style guide very often. As time passes, you will find yourself depending less on the style guides. As mentioned in an earlier video, don't be hard on yourself if your help file isn't 100% style guide compliant. The key is to not bungle on the functionality. For instance, while documenting this topic, how to sign into Rediffmail, if you mention the web URL as www.gmail.com, then we have a problem. Our advice, try and stick to the style guides as much as possible, but don't feel let down if your guide isn't 100% style guide compliant. Now let's take a closer look at the contents of this topic. First, notice that our topic has some introductory lines. This is a nice way to lead the reader to the topic, instead of bluntly starting with the heading, to sign into Rediffmail. Next, notice how the instructions are numbered starting from 1. Each instruction is followed by a statement indicating the result of that instruction. Instructions use the active voice, and they all begin with a verb, that is, an action word. All statements describing the results of instructions use the present tense. Next, let's take a look at each of the instructions. The first line, open your internet browser, is pretty straightforward. The second instruction step, go to www.rediff.com, could mean a number of things. 1, it could mean entering the URL, that is, www.rediff.com, in the URL field of your browser, and then pressing enter on your keyboard. 2, you might have also saved the link as a favorite in your browser, and you could have opened it from there too. Go to www.rediff.com. is a simple sentence asking the reader to open the web page of the online application, and the Microsoft Style Guide also mentions it this way. But instead of the statement, go to www.rediff.com, had you used the line, enter www.rediff.com in the URL field of your browser and press the enter key, it is all right too. Also notice that the instruction step, go to www.rediff.com, has a link. Help and Manual automatically converts the text to a link if it encounters the www or the HTTPS in a phrase or a sentence. These links can be edited too. We'll look into this later. The result of this step, the web page displays the opening page of the Rediff online application, also follows the instruction and does not appear as a separately numbered step. The third instruction step, click the Rediffmail icon, is also straightforward. The result of this step, the Rediffmail sign-in webpage appears, follows the instruction, and does not appear as a separately numbered step. Also, if you had used a line such as the Rediff sign-in web page is displayed, it is not wrong either. However, avoid the usage of web page opens, which is not correct. Don't worry if you didn't get the steps perfectly right as we have been explaining here, they'll get better with time and practice. Also note that the Microsoft Style Guide does not say that statements such as the web page opens, the web page is displayed, are wrong. It only says that they aren't in the Microsoft style of writing. Another thing you might have noticed is the appearance of red squiggly lines below words, as in the case of the www in the link and the word web page. The help and manual editor here indicates that there is an unrecognized word or a spelling mistake. Right-click the word underlined by the squiggly and from the shortcut menu that appears, select an alternative word from the list with the correct spelling or click Add to the dictionary to add the word to your help and manual dictionary, and in which case the red squiggly will not appear for this word anywhere in the current document and for future projects. Now, for the two statements where the username and the password are to be provided, that is, type your username in the username box and type your password in the password box, you might have used the word enter instead of the word type and field instead of box, which again aren't wrong, but the correct words to be used are type and box according to the style manual. And for the final step, do not use the word button as in click the sign-in button. Instead, click sign in is sufficient. Here's another tip. After having written a considerable amount of content, instead of referring to the style guide, refer previous content written by you for which you had already consulted the style guide. For instance, if you have consulted the style guide and have already corrected content to use the word type and box instead of the words enter and field in a statement such as type the password in the password box, then every time you are confused whether to use the word type or enter or box or field, all you need to do is refer to your earlier documentation. So that's it for the review of this assignment. We would recommend watching this video again or multiple times so that you understand the process of creating content. Let's now move on and add more content to this topic to make it complete. First, add a note after the line, type your password in the password box, mentioning that passwords are case sensitive. Also, let's add the procedure to sign out of Rediff Mail to this topic as well. Also, try to link a new topic to this topic by mentioning an additional line in the note, indicating that in the case of lost passwords, this topic can be accessed to retrieve them. Note that for this, an additional topic has to be created. For now, you could even leave this additional topic empty. Consider these as your next assignment. We'll then revisit and review this topic again after you have completed your assignment.